brought to you by Carriage Senior Living.
It's no secret COVID-19 has affected seniors everywhere. They haven't been able to see their family for months. Here with more insight, Carriage Crossing Senior Living Director of Operations, Brenda Yanosic, is back with us. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Okay, so it's no secret that our friends in the assisted living facilities have kind of taken a hit with COVID, but things are looking up. But let's kind of retrace and go back to how it all started.
Yeah, so the last time I was here a month or so ago, we had actually gotten our first COVID vaccine clinic here at our Champaign property. And so I might have even shared with you, one of the residents was like, we're making history today,
Yes.
And we had been so fortunate. We have been very healthy in our community. Though COVID did create in long-term care, definitely situations where seniors were kept from their families as far as in-person visits and things like that. But we worked really hard to just keep them connected through window visits, through phone calls, through FaceTimes, and so forth. And then from an activity level, even though in a pandemic when we were quarantined in our community, our residents were not isolated. We really didn't see the effects of loneliness and isolation because we were safe, we socially distanced, we kept them very active and social. And so that was really, really important to us, and we made that a priority. So since then, stats have been out, of COVID, related deaths. 80% of those deaths come from the senior population, 65 and older. And so once the COVID vaccine came out, we were able, I think within the first 4 to 6 weeks that it was out, long-term care facilities were getting their residents vaccinated. And so we have been so grateful for that. And since then, we actually did have one of our communities where they had had their first dose of vaccination, and then we had a resident test positive for COVID. And even though we were socially distanced and everything, our residents could still go out to doctor's appointments. They could still leave the community, for those need-based visits, okay? And so we did have a resident test positive. But the beautiful thing is she had had the dose of vaccine, and she literally, no hospitalization, nothing. So, it really did, I think, show us that the vaccine is working. And we do believe that it is saving lives, and we're just thrilled about that. So, so here we are in the next steps, and one of the things I wanted to talk about was how COVID has affected long-term care. So I've shared a little bit that with you at this point, but I think that, we're kind of getting on the other side of that. And, I check positivity rates throughout the area on a regular basis because we have properties in multiple counties in East Central Illinois. And we just continue to see that positivity rate go down and down. So we are back to having indoor visitors in our community. The weather's turning nice, so, we can definitely get residents out and, enjoy the weather and so forth. So we are definitely seeing things turn to the upside.
Yeah, I know you hear so often, when this pandemic's over, when COVID's over, and I feel like we are, turning the corner. We're on the path to when things are going to feel back to quote-unquote normal.
Right.
So it's good to know that things there are looking up. And all of your residents, they felt comfortable getting the vaccine and ready to go?
I mean, at our Champaign property, I believe we had 100% participation from the resident standpoint. So, not all staff is 100% certain about that, but I still think we had over 50% participate. We actually have had 3 clinics, and so some people waited on the first clinic and they, didn't get the vaccine, but then they waited to see what kind of side effects people had. And then when the second clinic came around, they participated and then got to get their second one on the third clinic. So, I personally, I'm double vaccinated. I had, my right arm was sore where I got the shot, but other than that, I really didn't have any side effects other than that.
That's good.
And we really did. Our residents really did well with the vaccine. We've not seen anybody have major side effects, definitely no hospitalizations or, any really downturns from side effects from the vaccine.
Well, and I'm sure your residents are also antsy to have their loved ones back in the facility to come and visit, and that will be wonderful.
And that's been going on for a couple of, about 3 weeks now, so.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm sure the response has been fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So that also means I'm sure you're allowing people to come in, maybe take a little tour and check out got your space.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're still honoring virtual tours as well, just in case people are uncomfortable doing in-person tours, so we can accommodate either way.
All right, well, it sounds like great things are happening there at Carriage
Thank you.
Crossing. If you have any questions, maybe you want to learn more about what they have to offer you or a loved one, there was a look at their Facebook page. We'll also connect you to their website, which looks brand spanking new at CILiving.tv.